start to equalize down. I'm below you, Chuck. Diver 2 is at the bottom.
Copy, Diver 2's at the bottom.
It's kind of crazy down here. The bottom is completely sandy, Chuck. That's a good copy. It is completely sandy topside.
Sandy bottom, copy.
Dave, that's the second item. Yeah, Chuck, what the hell is that?
What are you seeing, Diver 2? Talk to us.
I'm not sure what it is yet. Can't identify it. Looks like an old ferry.
You're saying it's a vessel.
Copy, it's a vessel. See what we got going on.
It took us a couple of minutes to get oriented, but when we did, we saw a big boat.
It looks like a ferry ship of some kind, double-decker. Copy.
There was no real growth on it. There was no corals. So that gave me some kind of indicator that it hadn't been down that long. Now I'm looking for other indicators of how did it sink. Maybe it was sunk by a USO.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and make an insertion into the boat. Going up the stairwell. Topside Diver 1, this boat's been down here for a little while. Hey Dave, come here. Diver 1 coming to you. There's a computer still in the wheelhouse of this vessel. Copy. That's an antique.
Diver 1, Diver 2, let's keep an eye on your air. Let's not go past 500 PSI.
Is that 500 PSI? Copy.
The worst case scenario that when you're in the wreck, your gear gets caught up and then you run out of air.
This is Diver 2. I'm checking out something kind of strange right now. Copy, stand by. Topside, Diver 1.
Go ahead, Diver 1.
This vessel has a hole in the bottom of the boat.
Roger that, copy. Well, that certainly could be a problem.
The hole that I found in the bottom looked like it was placed there. Once you put a hole in the bottom of a boat, it effectively becomes a submarine.
All right, Lieutenant, we're coming back to you.
People have done this in the past to create fishing spots. I mean, it's structure on the bottom, and what does structure do? Well, it creates a house for biologics to sit at.
Oh, not the dive we were looking for.
Not what we're looking for. All right, come on up.
Look at the peaks.
I think that's fish, Mike. Yeah. You know, the trick to investigating this sort of occurrences is perseverance. We still have plenty of time and plenty of water to search, so we still believe that we're going to find something here.
Here we go. Look at here, look at here, look at here, look at here. Wow, check this out, Mo. Look at that.
26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31.
Look how deep that went.
Sheer drop off. Oh, yes, it went from 18 feet down to 50. Let me get set up and we'll drive back over it. But look, see, you can tell there's a hole underneath here.
The water's clear enough, you should be able to see it from the top.
Coming straight up the other side.
We come over the edge, bam, bottom drops out. 90 degrees, hit the wall, comes back up. This looks like the exact same thing that we have in Florida.
All the depths seem to be right.
That's a coincidence.
Like the shaft off Key Biscayne, this hole is 45 feet wide and 45 feet long, but it lies in 18 feet of water.
It's just like Florida, a shaft in the middle of the ocean. I don't exactly understand what this means, but I know that there's two of them in two different places that look exactly the same. I instantly am like, I'm getting in the water.
3, 2, 1.
All right, we're going down.
Roger that. Safe dive.
6 p.m. After a day of searching the USO hot zone, the Triangle Research and Investigation Group has found an anomaly on the ocean floor, eerily similar to the one they discovered 1,000 miles away on the other end of the Bermuda Triangle.
Visibility is sketchy at best. About 10 feet, filthy.
Copy. Do your best and report back what you see.
Hey, Dave, check this out. Look at this, Tyro One. Look at that. This place looks just like the one in the Keys. And I don't think it's a coincidence.
Swimming to this shaft was very similar to the way we did it down in Florida. Peeked our head over the side, looked straight down, and followed the wall all the way to the bottom.
Here we go again. Elevator going down.
Bam, there we were again.
Nothing like going down the sky and hole shouldn't be there. The hair on the back of my neck is standing up, my friend. It's too straight to be a natural occurrence, Tommy.
Is there any sort of other rock formations at all?
No, it's just straight up and down. Straight up and down.
Straight up and down, aye, aye. You know, if something dug it out, it's hard telling exactly why somebody would say, hey, let's put a hole right there. So, you know, is it natural? That's still undetermined.
And then on top of that, the debris from actually it being made, like it should have rock piles or some sort, but there's no debris.
The similarities from the last location that we dived like this, shallow water, comes over the top, goes from 15 feet to about 50, straight down.
Copy, straight down.
I'm looking at Chuck, he's looking at me. We're getting a little spooked out. It just seemed man-made in a place where man wouldn't make it. It looked so familiar.
Chuck, I think it's time to get out of here, man. All right, let's go back up. Breaking the surface outside.
There they come.
Whoa!
Yeah?
Tell us about
All
it. Nice job.
Come on up, man. Come on, sit. Back up, chest up.
Okay, so we went over the side. Same size, same wall, same size of cutout. It's the same thing.
So do you feel like it tells us anything about the USO sightings?
It definitely gives a lot of credibility to it. It's either the government made it and didn't tell anybody, or somebody or something else made it and didn't tell anybody. If I was a USO, I would hide me in there.